What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I actually got the idea for this video this morning, and I have the opportunity to film a little bit with a tiny bit of quiet. I'm in a different location. I'm actually in my living room. I'm sitting down. So Toby has my two younger kids. They are swimming at his girlfriend's house, who has a niece who's their same age. And then Elijah is here with me, but he's watching YouTube and being quiet right now. And then Brad went off shooting with one of our friends, and Lexi doesn't live here anymore. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make this video. This is something that would interest me, so I thought, why not? I have this bag that I carry around every morning. I usually do my quiet time right here on this couch with my coffee, or I'll go outside and do it. Rarely do I do it in my room, so I have this big old bag that I carry with me with the things that I need for my morning routine, which is gonna seem a little extra, a little crazy, but what I basically want to do in this video is resource you with the things that are just blessing my soul right now, helping me keep it all together, or help me get it back together from feeling like I just kind of went off the rails. I've expressed a billion times in different videos that it's just been a very chaotic, crazy, busy season, filled with lots of just emotions that have come to the surface that I know I need to deal with, just a lot of different things. One of the major things I have decided in this season is that I'm going to step back from doing hair on a very consistent basis, as far as 2 to 3 times a week, and cut it back down to 1 day a week, or 1 day a month, I'm sorry, because I really need to focus on my 3 little kids and homeschooling them and getting them caught up. My middle son has a learning delay, and he's had it for quite some time, and we saw a huge regression in 2020, which I feel like most of us can say that even us as people regressed in 2020. But as I prayed through that, the only thing I could let go of at this time is hair. So it's a huge leap of faith. Financially, it's a huge leap of faith as far as the way that I need to go about helping him in this situation. So in saying all that, through this time, I've been in a lot of prayer, really just trying to focus on the Lord and what He has for me and my family. And these are some of the resources that I have been using. I don't even know what I'm going to title this, like my favorite books right now, or my morning routine, or I don't know. But let me share with you the things that I do every morning, or at least 90% of the mornings, and that have just really been helping me and blessing me and helping me walk this journey. All right, let's get into it. So first and foremost, my Bible. So I like the English Standard Version. This is a single column journaling Bible that I got on Amazon. This Bible, you can see, has a column right here that you can write out like anything that stands out to you, words, just different things. I'll get to where I was this morning. So, I don't know. You could just see. I highlight it. I write little notes. I really like that. I do have a separate journal that I will journal in as well, but I like having it right there, so that way when I'm looking back through my Bible and I'll see somewhere I highlighted and made a note, it just takes me back to that place when I had that revelation, or when I had that prayer that I was writing in my Bible. I really like that record. Plus it's just a really good, nice, solid, good Bible. Along with that, I picked up the new Morning Mercies by Paul Tripp. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's a leather bound, just really nice looking. And the premise behind this is Paul Tripp was tweeting these really inspirational things, and people were like, you should turn this into a devotional. And he did. So like today, June 3rd, it said, it would be amazing If a God of awesome glory recognizes our existence, but for him to welcome us into his family is grace beyond amazing. And it goes into this whole long description of kind of what he means by that, and it's just really powerful. And then it ends with where in the Bible you can study how he kind of came up with this thought, what his process was. So this has been powerful. This will hit you right between the eyes a lot of days. Like there was one in May that was just like, wow, like you're being disloyal to God if you are trying to do it all on your own. It was just, I'm probably wording it bad, but that I was like, wow, you're so right. And then after you read the little portion and then the scripture, it really just sticks with you all day. It's super powerful. It doesn't take very long. I like that it has dates on it and that it doesn't go in like a consecutive flow. So if for some reason I miss a day, I don't feel behind on the devotional. I just pick up on what the date is and I always get something out of it. So this has been such a powerful way to start my morning. And then with that, I have a journal, again, from Hobby Lobby. It's very, very cute. And in here, I like to write 5 to 10 gratitudes every morning. And then I'll usually write the scripture that spoke to me. I'll write it out again. And then my prayer for the day. And that is a really, really powerful way to kind of start my morning, to really get my mind focused on the Lord, and just kind of challenge some of my thought processes along with that. I highly recommend that you even just take a verse and read it, if that's all you are able to do. But I would also challenge you to go a little bit deeper and harder after the things of the Lord than that, because it will bless you so much if you do. So I just think this is a great way to resource yourself in a way that is going to produce that fruit. Ran out of room on my SD card. Okay, tends to be the little trend right now. Okay, so I just think that's a great way to resource yourself. Then after I do that study, I have been doing the Made to Crave 60-day devotional. This is by Lisa Turkhurst, and we are actually doing a book study. We, meaning my mom, my sister, and myself, have mass text all of our friends, family, and health coaching clients, and we're doing this study together. It's amazing. So this is actually the book. I'll just go ahead and share it right now. We're only in week 1. We did the introduction in chapter 1, but it is already so powerful in like just getting your mind right and not having any idol before the Lord, including your food or your health program or whatever you would put before the Lord. None of that. We were made to crave God and God alone, and how we can use his wisdom to practice self-control, to feed our bodies the way it's supposed to be fed, all those things. So it's really amazing. So along like the New Morning Mercies, my other devotional, this one is really quick. It again kind of hits you between the eyes and gives you like food for thought all day, which I love devotionals like these, because have you ever found like when you read something in your devotional and then for whatever reason that theme keeps coming up like all day long, like you're like, oh, I read that in my devotional this morning and now I'm dealing with this thing, or you're bringing it up too, so maybe I'm not alone. I just love that. So this has been a great addition to my morning routine. And same thing, so I'll read this. If there's a verse that pops out, I'll jot it down in my journal, or if there's a thought that I was like, ooh, I just really want to remember that, not only will I highlight it, but I'll put it in my journal. So that has been really, really good. So I take, you know, who knows, but maybe anywhere from half an hour to 45 minutes to do my morning reading, praying, just really centering my heart to the Lord. Sometimes more, sometimes way less. Let's get real. Like, I would love to say that I always do that. Some days I just read the devotional, the short one, and don't worry about the longer one. But my encouragement to you is that you just start somewhere, do something, and then progress and grow from there. So then one new thing that I've been doing every morning that has really been helping me is, one, we got an app on our phone. I don't know where my phone is. It's called Cozy. So it's a family calendaring system, we've used it before in the past when Lexi became an adult and driving and had her own schedule. We started using it then, and we kind of let it go during COVID because honestly nothing was going on. So we didn't need to keep track of each other. I just had to call up the stairs, so now that everyone's kind of back going a million different directions, that kind of thing, we needed another way that we can calendar and keep each other's schedules, because Toby's working now, so sometimes I need him to watch the kids and I don't realize he's working, blah blah blah. So we have an app called Cozy, and then I make to-do lists. I make weekly to-do lists in my bullet journal. I had really dove into bullet journaling in 2019, which it was such a blessing. I had a debt tracker in there. We were able to get out of debt. I had a few vacation planning things. We did those vacations. I was so intentional at the front half of my year in my bullet journal with Brad, and just having it such just a tangible, small, able to carry around, something I looked at all the time. I just feel like it really made things happen. So again, 2020, I didn't really journal because there was nothing to schedule. There was nothing to do. It was kind of a hot mess of life. So I just was not intentional in that way. But what I did do and continue to do is a task list. So even when I would do my other journal, so if you could see, there is a bunch of tasks. I had a wedding one. So I do my church notes. I don't know if you could see. I'll do my church notes, any other little notes, and then I try to do YouTube, and then tasks. And so you just do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have some ones that I'm going to show you a different one because that one has some personal stuff on there. Okay, so if you could see, I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then there's this little bullet, and then you'd make a bullet of clean, and then whatever day you do it, you do a little dot line to the original bullet and cross it off. If you didn't get it done, you do one little check. If you didn't, it's not going to happen, you cross it off, or you move it to your next week. So that has been so useful for me. It was useful for me weekly in my previous bullet journal, but it's a way that I could just, as I think I need to do something, I write it down. My license expired and I totally forgot. So make a driver's license appointments on here, go to the dump, go to Goodwill, do printer ink. I have some people I need to pay. That's why I didn't want to put that on there. Just set up the guest room for Toby's graduation, plan Toby's graduation party. So all those things, it's just instead of letting it sit up in my head of oh, I gotta do that, ooh, I gotta do that, I just write it down. And there's no pressure to put it on a certain date like you would a traditional planner, because my days change, things change, opportunities to do something come up or get taken away. And so if I just kind of have this running list, it makes me feel okay, it's out of my brain. I have a plan to do it. When I have an extra hour, I can look at this list and say, okay, I need to film for YouTube, and go ahead and do that. So I would highly suggest that. Plus it's cute. This fits in my purse a lot better than my planner I'm going to show you. I love planners, and I would probably honestly go back to bullet journaling more regularly, but I needed something that was already created because of where I was at emotionally and mentally. I wasn't feeling creative. I just needed a system, and I needed it now. So actually I'm using a more traditional planner for the moment, but once I'm a little healthier and more organized, I'll probably go back to more bullet journaling. But my sister got me this. This is the Rachel Hollis Start Today planner, and this thing is amazing, you guys. It is so good. And again, it kind of hits me right where I'm at in my life at the moment of needing to push forward. This definitely gives you all the prompts to kind of get yourself thinking in that way. So it's really cool. It has a month at a glance. and you fill it in. So again, you don't have to we're in June. If you want to start this in June, you can, because you're going to fill in the dates. So then you do your month at a glance. It has one goal for the month. Mine for June is reset daily rhythms and lose 10 pounds. Month's mile marker, it has a good quote. And then you get into the weekly stuff. So weekly, she asks you, what was your favorite moment from last week? What results did I produce? What did I plan for that didn't happen? What got in my way when it came to accomplishing my task? What is something you would add or take away from your morning routine? What can I do to ensure I achieve this week's plan? And how am I taking care of myself this week? So again, this hits me where I'm at. I need all those things. One, I need to know what I did produce, because some weeks you could go through it and be like, did I even get anything done? And then when you go back and write it down, it's like, oh no, I did. I got my calendar set up. I got my Bible study planned. I caught up with clients. I did all these things. And so it just helps you oh no, I did do something. And what got in the way? Maybe it was unexpected meetings that you didn't write down. And so maybe more planning is going to be in order this week or whatever. Maybe if it's an eating goal, maybe making sure you have a meal plan and grocery shopping done would be something that would help. So anyway, that's really good. And then you have a week at a glance. So in here is what are your top things that you need to get done this week? And then she has you go right over and plan it on a day. So this is where I do become more intentional at looking at the calendars and okay, I want to do a Sassy Rose launch, so I need to create samples. What night would be best to do that? Instead of it I still feel in control of what night I put that on, if that makes any sense at all. Because then I'm also writing in, we had a dinner with some people from our church. We have a few things that we have to do church-wise in the evening. So instead of being well, I'll do it one night this week, now I know 3 of those nights are taken up with other events. So then it makes me very intentional on the 2 nights that aren't to plug in things there. So I feel like that is really, really good. And then daily, you kind of do the same thing. It has a checklist of did you wake up an hour early? Did you move your body for 30 minutes? Drink water, practice daily gratitude, give up 1 category of food. What's your empowering belief? What are the top 3 things that you need to get done today? What's something you could do today to make yourself proud? And what can I anticipate that might throw me off track? Yesterday we had an FFA banquet. So it's a dinner, and I'm trying to work on some weight loss goals. And so not being hungry when I went to the dinner could possibly throw me off track. So then it gets me thinking, okay, I need to eat a little something before I go, so that way I can make the best decisions possible while I'm there, which I did. So it just gets you, again, very intentionally thinking and all that. And then it does have an hourly breakdown, which I do like. That was one thing I kind of missed when I was bullet journaling exclusively, is my spreads never had hourly windows, and sometimes that really does help me to see that. So this is kind of my planning portion of the morning, is my to-do list and my journal. And that is basically what I do every morning. And then I will take about an hour after I'm done with that and work. So I am a health coach. I have clients that I support, so I will text them, or I will look at what my coaches need from me. That's just my time to be very intentional in my business. This is also that hour is the time that I will usually do an Instagram post, or plan an Instagram post, or upload a video, or whatever. It's my online business hour. Then I usually get ready, then it's time to do school with the kids, and then the day is off and running. So that is that basic, but I like all these resources because it makes me feel very intentional. It makes me feel very focused but organic, because I'm such a hippie. I don't like all the restrictions of a very regimented schedule. I like more of a rhythm. So all these resources really help me create rhythm in my day or my week, but also not be so organic that I have a ton of holes and miss a ton of things. Because honestly, coming out of the COVID season where we did nothing, into a more traditional schedule of having to do things, I was forgetting appointments left and right. I was forgetting I told people I would do things, and I just felt like I was letting everyone down. So this is really, really helping me get back on track. And then I'm going to share a few other things that have been a part of my weekly routine at this moment that have been such a blessing. So again, this is all resources. So the Made to Crave book study that we're doing the Thursday mornings. We've only had one so far as you're watching this video, but it was such like a life-giving blessing to my heart to really just dive into a community of people who are wanting to get healthy physically and spiritually. So that's really great. This book is already amazing, and I'm only in the first chapter, so I'd highly recommend. Then one of my friends recommended The Marriage Journal by Jeremy and Audrey Roloff. This is amazing. So Brad and I on Sunday nights have been sitting down and walking through this marriage journal. If you are unfamiliar, it's the Little People Big World. It's one of their sons. And they created this whole journal. So there is an encouragement, like devotional type thing for you guys to read together. Then you sit down and you walk through your week together, which that was another thing that was really stumbling Brad and I, was as we're trying to get back on a schedule, like he had a schedule, I had a schedule, we both had differing and sometimes clashing commitments, which was causing fights. So on Sunday nights, we sit down, we go outside, and we walk through our calendars together. We walk through like, okay, I want to be able to film. Can you take the kids? Or I need to call clients. Can you take the kids for this moment? Or he's off shooting right now, and you know, he needs like sport activity, letting off steam time. He likes to golf, he likes to do sports and things like that. I need to allow for that so he is his best self. I enjoy talking to cameras. He needs to allow time for that. So it just, on Sunday nights, it helps us really just go sit down, break out our calendars, and get very intentional about that. And then it goes through 5 questions. What brought you joy this week? What is something that is hard this week? What is one thing I can do for you this week? Is there any unconfessed sin or conflict or hurt that we need to resolve and or seek forgiveness for? What is a dream or craving or desire that has been on your heart? And how can I pray for you this week? And so you go back and forth. One week he reads and writes, the next week I do it, but you write down each other's answers. And I'll be honest with you, the second week we did this, we fought. We didn't even finish. When it got to the is there any unconfessed sin or conflict? It created a big conflict, and we didn't even finish the rest of the night. But the next week, we came back to it, and we did it again, because the fruit from even the fight opened up some lines of communication that needed to be, and it has just been so fruitful. Which, it's funny, because we've been married 21 years in the next coming week, and this is still such an amazing tool. If you're newly married or have been married less than 5 years up to 50 years, this is an amazing tool. Again, it just creates intentionality in your relationship. It creates a rhythm of when you're going to sit down and talk about it. Like maybe you're in a season of life where the kids are just going crazy and you just are ships passing in a night. And we even feel like that, even though our kids are older. It's like they're all pulling us in different directions, and we just didn't have much intentionality to sit down and talk. And you don't always want to use your date nights to do that either, because you just want to have some fun. So this is creating a rhythm of like, okay, I'm going to keep this here when it's our marriage journal time. I'm going to bring this up because we need to talk about it. Or talk about it right then, whatever. But it just is creating that. It's been such an amazing. P.S. If you're getting married around me anytime soon, this is most likely what you're getting as your gift, because I see huge fruit from it within the last month of us doing it. And again, we've been married a long time, and we kind of thought we had it together, but realizing we needed to talk a lot more. So that is really amazing. And then last thing, you guys. So the Bethkes, Alyssa and Jeff Bethke, they are bloggers, YouTubers, writers. They do a lot of relationship stuff. You might have seen them in the Christian community. But they came up with this family calendar. Can you see it? And it has, again, you fill in the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the weekends are separate. And then it has a section for our menu, prayer list, gratitude list, grocery list, chores we need to do, extra project, and a reward. And then it has intentional questions of how will we refresh and reset this weekend, and word of the week. So our word of the week is get in gear and reset. And so after we fill out our calendar together, we fill this calendar out together as well. Just kind of transfer that onto here because this is way more visible. Then I put on our menu plan on there in case you're curious. You guys want to see my menu for the week? It always helps me. There's my menu for the week. Chores, so like a dump run because we have a basketball hoop that's broken. We have a bunch of stuff that's broken on the side yard and we just need to get rid of it. So if we're able to get to that this week, then we're going to do a family bowling. So prayer list we didn't fill out. Grateful list we haven't filled out yet. But I think I'm going to do that before we flip it over. Like what were we grateful for this week? And then just all the different plans and stuff. And you guys, I have like felt so free doing this. So we have the digital calendar that we all share and now this very visible calendar. So I just have felt like I didn't forget anything this week, which was really great. And it's also like one command center feel instead of like having something on my fridge with our menu, having something in my room that is a prayer list, something, yeah, only the digital calendar where if I'm not looking at my phone, I forget. So it is just a chore list that everyone sees that these are the things that need to get done this week. So don't be surprised when mom asks you to help me set up the guest room. Like it's just been so good. I've been talking a lot and I hope you guys enjoyed this, but it takes a lot. People ask me sometimes, like, how in the world do you do it all? It's heck if I know, but I also, this is my, ouch. Okay, they're falling all over the place. This is my stack of resources that it keeps to keep my brain in order to take care of all things. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. But I would recommend every single one of these, or even just one if you're in a journey of just creating rhythm in your family, in your home, in your life. These are great resources. If I can link stuff, I will link it. I'm going to try to be tech savvy in that way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I like seeing how people are resourced, what they use, what tools are actually working for them, what they're actually doing. So I hope this was that for you. Let me know I'm not alone in how many things that I need to keep this brain all in a place. Like this video, subscribe, join this crazy tribe of mine. I love having you. Comment below any resources that you think might help me, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.